All right, and welcome to this special episode of Real Estate Fight Club. This is What Would You Do, where we talk about professional standards committee cases and code of ethics violations. Here with me today is Rachael Real to talk to us
Hello,
about.
Jen.
Hello,
How
Rachael.
are you?
Good.
Are you ready?
Ready. So you're going to talk to us about how to avoid
Some code of ethics violations or potential code of ethics violations when you are in a position where you're changing brokerages.
Okay.
So I think most of us have been there at some point over our careers where we've started at one brokerage and decided to make a transition into a new brokerage.
EXP. Oh.
Wherever it might be,
Mhm.
there's a lot of things to take into consideration when you're changing brokerages as it relates to your personal advertising and then how that relates to the code of ethics.
Okay. Great.
So if you look at Article 12 of the Code of Ethics, it says realtors shall be honest and truthful in their real estate communications and shall present a true picture in their advertising, marketing, and other representations. Realtors shall also ensure that their status as real estate professionals is readily apparent in the advertising, marketing, and other representations, and that the recipients of all real estate communications are or have been notified that those communications are from a real estate professional.
Okay.
So we'll go back to that first two sentences.
Okay.
Honest and truthful in your communications and a true picture in advertising. Okay. So if you are with X, Y, and Z brokerage and you decide to move over to ABC brokerage, as soon as you make that transition, you are now any advertising that you have that's out in the universe somewhere has to be tied to your current brokerage. Anything that's out there that's still circulating.
And this becomes a problem when you can't get back into like your website or like.
Right. I mean, you really got to make sure that you're dialed into those things. And it also means that when you decide to make a switch from one brokerage to the next, you can't do it on a whim. You really have to take the time to make sure that you figure out all of your advertising, where it is, what you have out there,
right?
What's the lead time on getting those things changed. When you have things like billboards, park benches, those things are usually under a contract.
Right.
You can't just pick up the phone and say, hey, I need you to take that billboard down. That's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
It's going to take some planning and all that kind of stuff. And those things are, when you've got a billboard up in a town that you work in and you make a change to another brokerage, now you're advertising two different brokerages. Same thing with a park bench. These are things that are 20,000, 30,000 people drive by every day. So you need to make sure that those are reflective.
Well, and then not only the little things like your email signature, any like flyers or folders or anything that you have.
Absolutely. I mean, anything and everything that you have. I mean, business cards. Now, again, business cards are going to be floating around, somebody's kitchen junk drawer for the next 15 years. Doesn't mean you got to go, rifle through everyone's junk drawers, but things that you have control over. So your website, print advertising, media, email signatures, all your social media, your LinkedIn, all that stuff has to be current and reflective of where your current brokerage is, so that when people are looking at you, they go, oh, she's with ABC Realty, not XYZ.
Right.
So that's where, you really need to make sure you sit down and look at all that, look at the big picture, so that you don't end up in a hearing where someone says, well, hey, you know what, you're advertising my brokerage and you went over here. Now you're advertising this brokerage. So where are you?
Yeah. And I think like it does, if that happened, like, let's say it's been like a week, that feels very petty. But let's say it's been like, even though the accusation is the violation, right? Like it is violating, right, but it does feel like super petty. But I mean, I guess if it's been like a couple of years, I can see, or they've asked them
even a couple of months.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and when you have something that is a large scale thing that you don't have control over, like perhaps the back end of a website, the billboard, the park bench, the print ad at the train station, whatever it might be, make sure that you keep a clear communication log of those people. And I mean, in all reality, you should reach out to them before you make the change to the brokerage to say, can you cover it up? Can you do X, Y, and Z? Can we stick a label over it? Can we do something?
Right. Because even on like a lot of signs, they're doing like kind of a sticker or whatever over.
Exactly. And then to that point, when you are creating advertising and you're creating signatures and you're creating those things, think about it, from a perspective that if you were to change a brokerage, 5 years down the road, is it something that can easily be modified so that you could stick a label over it? Or do you have the entire background as a giant logo grayed out in the back where it's going to be impossible.
Do you, I think this is a good time to take a quick break. I want to tell you about our favorite partners.
Take us to a break.
Take us to a break. So let me tell you about some of our favorite partners. One of them is Cyberbacker. I actually just got a second Cyberbacker. So excited. What they do is they are virtual assistants. So they help with all that stuff that you shouldn't be doing, but you keep doing it. So go to cyberbacker.com and put Fight Club for a special prize. And then also one of our top lead sources for leads right now. I mean, this leads is something everybody needs. One of our top lead sources is Pipeline Pro Tools. So if you go to pipelineprotools.com/Fight Club, they'll give you a free demo on how the platform works. They'll also give you the playbook that we're using to generate the leads. Again, that's pipelineprotools.com/Fight Club. Now, Rachel, what is the fine for these violations?
It depends. So if you are a first-time violator and you're found in violation in your hearing and you've never been there before, you've never been fined or cited for anything before, your violation citation amount could be on the lower side.
Okay.
Again, it escalates as it relates to the number of times you've been in violation of the code.
Okay.
So really Article 12 is what you want to do a deep dive on, because standard of practice 13 and standard of practice 12-8, and again in 12-7, which I'll touch on a little bit too, true picture and advertising, marketing and representations. And then you also must make sure that your website is current. And if it's not, it says when it becomes apparent that information on a website is no longer current or accurate, you have to take prompt corrective action.
Okay.
So again, make sure that and I almost think that when you're sitting down doing an independent contractor agreement, maybe make this a list of things that you talk about with that managing broker.
Right.
And say, if I were to leave, how does this happen? How does this work? Do you take these things down right away? And these are things, if you've got a brand new agent sitting down with a managing broker going over an independent contractor agreement, they're not even going to know to ask these things.
Right. They're definitely
But you keep it in your back pocket for later. So when you think about print advertising, standard of practice 12-7 is also interesting. Because it says realtors who participated in a transaction as a listing broker or cooperating broker, also the selling broker, may claim to have sold the property. Prior to closing, a cooperating broker may post a sold sign only with the consent of the listing broker. So if you are at ABC Realty and you have closed 150 properties this year, now you move over to X, Y, and Z Realty, and you're going to talk about what you closed last year. Technically, you can't use that information unless you have the appropriate disclosure and disclaimer on that postcard or mailer, or whatever it might be. It might have to say at the bottom, these properties were closed while at ABC brokerage. Now I'm here. Because when you think about it, those transactions belong to the brokerage.
Right.
So make sure that you are really correct in your advertising so that you don't end up in a hearing also for those types of things.
Or you can just do it and see what happens.
You could, but you're going to leave yourself
if you guys are not watching this
citation
on YouTube, go to Real Estate.
You see my giant eye roll?
Go to Real Estate Fight Club podcast YouTube page. Yes, for
Rachel. Watch me strangle Jen in the video.
Giant. It was like a whole head roll, eye roll.
It was very
like a whole thing.
It was a whole thing. That's your I'm gonna get you a t-shirt that says just try it. Just try it and see what happens.
Or blow it up. I always want to blow it up.
Well, I would like to do that too.
I think though, yeah, and if you guys if you want to read these violations, we actually have the whole list on jennifermurtland.com/vault. So you can, for your pleasure reading. Yes.
Right. And we'll put these particular standards of practice and articles in the vault also.
Exactly.
As it pertains to this particular topic.
All right, Rachel. Good thoughts. Very boring though. I mean,
I know you're not, you don't love rules.
It's
I'm also going to get you a shirt that says rules with a giant line through it.
Exactly.
I don't like them.
Yeah, I appreciate you being on as usual. If people do have a referral for you in Chicago, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to reach me is via email at rreal@dealwithreal.com, or you can catch me at 630-542-8688.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
Bye. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a podcast.